So what you're looking at right now is a long-term monthly chart of gold. And this particular chart you're looking at right now is a what's called a logarithmic chart. If I go to my scaling, you see how it says logarithmic chart here. And on this first section of this video, I want to talk to you about some projections that we may get to when it comes to the target, where is gold ultimately going to get to, or where could it get to on this video here. So traders, I'm running a webinar today. I'm actually going to be teaching you my trading system for free. First link in the description, you can go join my webinar that I'm running today. So let's go check out the actual gold price itself. And what I did here, there's a few things here, right? A few things here we can actually see what happened here. The last time we had this kind of a bull phase was back here just after the '08 crash, okay? And as you can see that this is the last time we had this kind of move over the last, 20 years? So you can see this bottom down the bottom here and to the top. And all I did is, as you can see, I just grabbed, it's the exact same length in movement. So if history repeats itself from where this is going to, then we may be getting ready for a potential 380 target on the monthly charts, as you can see there, right? So we can see them moving up through here. And the really awesome thing about this is this. If I go down to my weekly charts now, you can actually see where we're at right there. Okay, so we've just broken out this level here. Go back to the daily charts now. You can see we're broken out now, just holding here, which actually is a bullish sign, by the way, but I'll get to that in just a minute. If we can see here that this nice little sideways and a breakout pattern here, we're actually getting that. And if we go back to the monthly charts, we can see that through, if we can see it through there. If I go to the gold chart itself, this is the gold chart. If I go to, let's go to this here. This is the weekly chart right now. And what I do see is I actually see this going to around about 4,000. So this would be, that's probably what it's going to look like. So around about that 4,000 target looks like it's going to be there. So as in all moves, it's probably going to stair step. So we're not there yet. We're not ending yet. We're probably going to we're going to go through here. We're probably going to go through one of these phases through here for another week or so, right? See how it's just starting to pause a little bit through here. So we may go through a bit of a pausing pattern, and all the pausing pattern will do is just to wait for the moving average to catch us up. You can see when we get too far away from the moving averages, then the moving averages are, so that's the 52 and that's the 24 through there. You can see even through here, it broke, came up, went sideways and had another nice move. It waited for the 24 to catch up. So we may just even just go sideways here for a week, and then we go for another move to the upside when it comes to this gold price, a gold move. And we can see there's probably another target up through there on this gold chart from there. So one thing that's obviously the gold price from there. Now, silver. This is the one that I'm in myself. I've been in this now for a couple of months, right? With options, by the way, with options. Options are actually up quite nicely. So this is the one that I'm in. Right now, my options are sitting around, I think it's around 35, 40%. So not a big profit on this one here. But this is the silver price. If I go to the SLV, because that's the actual one that I'm in, you'll be able to see what I'm looking at here. So it does look like that silver overall, if I bring up these 4 timelines here, it does look like silver overall. You can see this bottom chart down the bottom here, it's actually basing out through there. So we're starting to really base out through and we're holding. And we're likely to break up. And you can see this top chart up here, this is the week, that's that next week of resistance through there. So we're probably going to get to that line through there. I believe we're going to start to see another nice, really nice move coming out of silver. And the target, as you can see, is that through there and that through there. So this actually could be just setting up. This is actually setting up really, really nicely for another really nice moonshot to the upside. So gold's very, very strong. The silver price is very strong for myself. Again, I'm in options on this one here myself. I have done for a while now. So going up through here, really nice basing pattern. This is what's called an energy refueling phase. And now if we're breaking up, which we're trying to break up today, very nice update today. If we continue breaking up, we're probably going to start to see a nice move back up towards that 40 to 41 level. And then we might get another significant pullback from there. But silver's setting up really nicely, at least on the short-term level basis, guys. Very, 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 very real short-term on this here. You can see what we're looking at from there. So really nice basing out. Went sideways for a while, and now we're starting to increase. So the way that I see this silver chart, as you can see, we really didn't do much through here. And now, guess what? Now we're starting to trend, right? We're starting to gain a lot of momentum to the upside. So this is just the start, I believe, of a really nice move to the upside coming out of the silver price. Let's go look at the GDX. GDX is absolutely just crazy, right? Like, look at the GDX move, on the fire there. And so GDX, really nice move to the upside, came up, really similar pattern to silver here, went sideways, and then now we had another nice move to the upside, as you can see from there. The next level of resistance is up through there, as you can see, and we just broke above it. So yeah, that's the GDX. This is the GDXJ. Just looking at some potential targets where we may get to. Yeah, we're probably getting into that level right now, aren't we? Very, very, very close to a whole level through here. Right, somewhere through there. So we're getting very close towards that target now on the GDX and the GDXJ. Very, 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 very strong moves. The SIL. This is the one that I'm personally in myself. So I'm in the SLV myself. I have done for a while. Same for SIL. I got in a couple of months ago as well. The SIL is actually doing really well for me. SIL right now is currently around 250% return on my options. I just bought the options. I just buy options for myself, guys. By the way, the reason why I only buy options is this, is that I can, if you think about this trade right now I'm at 250% return. Tomorrow could be less, could be more. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but as of today, I want to share with you why I trade options the way that I do, okay? So this is the SLV price. We've had a big move. This is how I make really big movements in the markets, right? So this here is at a 250% return. So let's just say, for example, I had a $100,000 trading account, okay? $100,000, 100K trading account. And I said to myself, this is the reason why I love trading this way, okay? And I know for me, I'm trying to get big profits, small losses. That's the idea of trading, right? So in this case scenario, I was like, okay, here's a trade. And I got back in, I got in down here. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to put on 10%. 10% of my account is going on this one here. Now, I buy in the money options. I don't buy out of the money options, and I buy plenty of time, right? If you buy out of the money options, guys, you can get hit with an 80% profit overnight. If I buy first or second in the money, and especially if it's not volatile, then I'm pretty good there. Okay, so that 10% is what we're looking at. That 10% is now a what? A 10K trade. Now here's how the numbers work. A big loss for me, a big loss will be 50%. So that'll be what, a 5K, which is 5% risk on my account. That's a big loss there with me so far. Now again, this is for trading purposes. This is active trading. From there, this is how I do it. Actually, I do it a lot higher than this, but 5%. That's a big loss for me. An average loss, well, I can just go on my last loss. Over the last 5, maybe 6 months, I've had, what's that? I've around about 6 or so trades, somewhere in there. Again, I'm forgetting on my memory there, but 6 or so trades, but I've only had 1 loss since then. My last loss was around about 30%. So use that 30%, that's only a 3% risk on the account. Makes sense? By utilizing the same numbers. But here's where it gets really good. This 10%, 10K, right now, this 10K is worth what? 25K? Which is what? A 25% growth on the entire account. This is 25% growth in the entire account by taking an average of, say, a 2 or 3% risk, maybe even maximum of 5% risk. Do you see what I'm saying here? Do you see how these numbers work out? This is why when it comes to my coaching program, which you can apply for, link in the description there, but there's a reason why my trading, the way that I trade right now, is so successful. One, I have a high probability trading system. Like my last, as I said before, like the loss I had was on ZBH. So that ZBH trade, that was a loss of 30%, right? 30%. The second trade I had, which was GRPN, that one was a 300% profit for me. 3 was platinum. I had a platinum trade. So this is 300%. Platinum trade was a 250%. My Ethereum trade was around about 400%. Right now I'm at a 250% here, and my silver right now is at 30%. So what's that? 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So last 6 trades, and as you can see, I don't trade a lot. Over the last 6 months, I've had 6 trades. But look at this here. One loss at 30%, 300% profit, 200% profit, 400% profit, 250% profit right now, 30% profit. Massively high win-loss ratio. This is how, for me personally, this is how I've, by trading this way myself, this is the way that I'll be able to do really well overall throughout the year. I'm not an active trader, but I like to get in here, hold it for a few months, and have a really big move. And this is how you can start to pick up some really nice profits and some really nice growth on your account. Now, see this 25%? If this was the case for me and I only did 10% of my account, and I'm at a 25% growth here for this trade, where do you think my account is now when you start to collective all these trades through here? Do you see how the overall growth on your account can be quite awesome? Now, of course, this takes skill, right? It takes skill of getting into the trade. What do I look for? And then it takes skill of what? How do I manage the trade? How do I stay in? How do I let the profits run? Make sense? Again, that's the reason why I do coaching, so I can teach you that. And again, that's that second link in the description there. But I'm trying to show you this here. Then once I started to switch to more swing trading like this here, day trading will kill you. You know yourself, right? If you're day trading, getting in and getting out, especially if you're getting in and getting out multiple times per day on the 1 minute charts, 2 minute charts, you are getting destroyed right now. The only way that I'll be able to do really well throughout the year, like have really successful years, and cut my trading down to now maybe an hour, 2 hours per day, because all I have to do is look at the chart, manage the trade, and then like today, and all it took me was an hour and a half, and the hour and a half that I did, that included me doing an hour coaching session for my 1% group, because I'm with my 1% group every single day. So for a total of an hour and a half, I did my own trading, my own scanning, my own analysis, plus an hour worth of coaching with my 1% group. And now my trading, now my job's done. My job's done for the rest of the day. Do you see how I'm setting? I want you to be thinking about your trading, about setting your trading up. So I've always said that I've always had the saying that I want you to set up a trading style that can fit your overall ideal lifestyle. It's no good trading 8 hours per day. If you make a lot of money trading 8 hours per day, what happens 1 year from later? 1 year from now, you actually want to take some time off. You can't do that, right? But with me, if I'm not coaching my coaching clients, I can have my trading done in half an hour, maybe an hour max per day. And then the rest of the day, I can go off and go do the other side, which is important for me, which is spending time with my kids, right? Like just recently, I had Father's Day for my kids and my son's birthday, spend time with them. Right, going out there, going to the gym. Now, I'm also now spending time getting ready for my next boxing fight because I have a boxing fight. So I wanted to put this into this video here to show you that if you're struggling this year, if you're having a hard time this year, or what a lot of people are experiencing, you're experiencing ski curves in your equity curve, where you may do really well for a while, but then suddenly your equity curve looks something like that, then you know you're doing something wrong, right? And this is where trade selection, trade management, not getting fear, greed, ego, emotional management. That's the reason why I do a 12-month coaching program myself. You're with me every day for 12 months to really help you through all of that area, to help you get a bit more mastery around the actual around the markets there. Make sense? So that's the overall the overall silver market from there. Now looking at the actual, I'll bring this up to here. Let me go to, so that's the actual, that's the overall market from there. If I go to the stock market here, so this is the NASDAQ composite. Let me go to the NASDAQ 100. This NASDAQ 100 right now, guys, is actually, again, really squeezing up quite nicely from here. As you can see, we're just holding here. We're starting to break out. So we're probably getting ready for another move to the upside now out of the good old NASDAQ. Just really nice basing out, holding through there quite nicely. The IWM is actually about to break up to all-time new highs as well. Now, and I'll get to that in just a minute because I'll show you the longer term charts and what they look like. And then the S&P 500 just still powering on, right? Just still powering on. So really, really, really powerful, strong. Now let me show the overall big long-term monthly charts here, right? The big long-term charts to show you what's happening here. So very nice bullish trend here. If you're ever worried about what's really going on the big picture, don't listen to the noise in any market, right? Which means the talking heads, me on YouTube, right? Or of course you want to listen to me, right? Because I can teach you good trading stuff. But you know, the talking noise, right? The fundamental guys and like that, that's just noise. Noise, right? Even the media and so on and so forth. What I'm saying by that is that when we go through another correction, and we will, right? We will go through another correction. By the way, we're probably on the verge of recession right now. If we are going into recession right now, what does that mean for the stock market next year? You know we're going to have a good correction next year, right? It's already baked in the cake. So when that happens, by the way, the reason I'm saying that is when that happens, guess what? When that happens, then we're probably going to get we'll push to the upside, get a little drop here, maybe even a drop down to there. Keep an eye on the big long-term monthly charts because as you can see, every single time we've had these, that there, by the way, was the vid scare, right? The vid scare. So that's the S&P 500. This is the Nasdaq. So if the Nasdaq does have some more upside to come recently, now for the next couple of months, and then we get a really big drop, something like that, that's about a 30% drop or so, maybe 40% drop. The overall momentum is still massively to the upside, right? So if you want to just, this is what I recommend you doing, especially if you guys that are not day trading, you're more like looking to get in and hold it for a while and trade the way that I trade, which I do recommend you doing, by the way. I used to be day trading myself. Day trading is what? Small profits, big losses, lots of time in front of the screen, no time with your kids and family, therefore you start to fall out with them, right? And then you end up blowing your trading account up in the meantime. You know yourself. Swing trading, the way that I do my swing trading, as I just explained to you, is that I don't trade a lot, but I'm looking for those opportunities where I can hold for a few months. And if I can do that through the entire year, as you've seen, then at the end of the year, I can have a really successful year. And I a lot more successful than day trading, and I only have to spend maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours maximum if I manually want to go through the market and see what's going on and all that sort of stuff, which then allows me to have freedom to do the other stuff, which is, do things like I talk about here, which is other like that, the fun stuff in life, all right? If it's motorbikes, if it's tennis for you, if it's walking, like that fun stuff as well too. And one thing I've found is that if you can start to do bit more fun stuff, like me, working out, boxing training, all that sort of stuff, that's fun for me. Spending time with my kids, connection, right? Connection, we need connection. One thing I found is that when I started implementing more time with that as well too, then when I came back to the market, a bit more fulfilled in life. Therefore, I wasn't making bad, rash decisions and ego, fear, and so on and so forth. Make sense? And then everything started to pick up from there, pick up, and things are just getting better and better and better and better for me. And this is the only way that I've been able to really, like my income right now out of trading is in the top 1% of all traders around the world. This is people that actively trade the markets. I'm in the 1% here. Now I'm not saying that to impress you or whatever. I'm staying humble because I do have losing trades as well. But I'm trying to show the only way to be able to do that is by through the year try to have these really good opportunities where I can pick up a good couple of month trade. And if I can do that, and if I can look at these pockets of opportunities throughout a good 12-month period, just like I've shared with you, then now everything starts to flip on its head on the positive way, right? I start to make a really good return throughout the year, not every week and not every month, but throughout the year I start to pick up some really good return. My stress is low because I'm not trading a lot. I'm not in and out. And then guess what? And then also with that, then I actually say, now I've got some time to go to the gym, take care of myself, right? So I can feel good about myself, right? Hop in the sauna for a while, go for a nice walk, like maybe have lunch with a friend or whatever, like that sort of stuff that really does matter, right? Because money is good and the success there is good, but if you don't have the fulfillment side, that's bad, right? And that's the reason why I do what I do. Not only do I want you to become successful, so I teach you the strategies, the techniques and stuff like that to become really good, successful in the markets, but I want you to be fulfilled. And how you be fulfilled is actually set up a trading style so you only have to do it a few hours per day and then go out there and actually do the stuff that makes fulfillment, connection with kids, wife, and all that sort of stuff as well too, right? So this is it here. Looking at the Russell, look at the Russell. The Russell is actually about to break up through here. So the Russell could be getting ready for a really, really big move soon. We've been going up for quite some time, so it's not going to go straight up. But on the big long-term monthly charts, we've been squeezing up through here. So the Russell could be getting ready for... It might be time for King Russell. For you guys that are around last year, I was saying, King Russell, baby! King Russell's still on the table. It's just been going sideways overall, but King Russell's still on the table. It's just taken another 12 months from to actually really break out from there. So they are the things, guys, that I really want to sort of just guide you down through with what's happening in the markets. I wanted to cover these markets on a long-term picture, plus also what's happening right now. And then also I really wanted to cover, some things that's really helped me in my personal trading and the way that I trade these markets now. And hopefully some of this stuff can start to resonate with you. That for me, active trading, getting in and getting out and being very active created a lot of emotion, created a lot of mistakes, and therefore I didn't do well. Now I don't trade a lot and I'm much more calmer. I can take my time. I can make really good decisions. I can jump on some really big profits over a couple month period. I'm not stressing about it. And by the end of the year, I make so much more money now by trading only a couple hours per day because I'm looking for big profits, not all these small little profits. And my stress is low and I actually start to enjoy this process a lot more and then things start to click from there. By the way, traders, if you're serious about leveling up your trading, I've opened up 10 spots to my Inner Circle coaching program. This is where I show you all my best trading strategies I trade every single day. You get access to my scans that I use all the time as well too. Every single week, I do a live weekly group coaching session for the Inner Circle group. And my whole goal there is to help you become a well-rounded master trader. Emotional management, trade management, letting your profits run, cutting losses short, and all the different discipline, patience, all the different areas to help you become a well-rounded master trader. And also you get access to an exclusive committed group of all the Inner Circle group so you can communicate with them, and that's our private Inner Circle group as well too. But this is what I want you to do right now. This is only application only. We're only looking for committed traders, and if you're ready to go, then that's for you. There should be a link in the description there, or go to getjohntop.com right now. Go fill out the application form. It's only for the first 10 only because I like to keep the group really small. So go there right now. Go to getjohntop.com right now. Go fill out the application form and I will personally be speaking to you on the phone and we'll go from there to see if you're a good fit for what I'm looking for. Speak to you soon, traders.